Hello, 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 my gorgeous souls, and welcome back to the Full Moon Radio Podcast. I am your host, Nicole Luna, and I am so happy that you decided to join me today. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world. In today's episode, I am going to be talking all about connecting with your higher self, channeling your intuition, and how you can read the signs to know if something is or isn't right for you. Yes, there are clear signs that your intuition, your higher self, and the universe will give you if something is for you. So I'm going to teach you exactly how you can connect with your higher self, channel the intuition, and read all of the signs, the positive signs and the warning signs. But before we get started, I wanted to let everyone know a couple things. First of all, I've been looking at the data to see where you guys have been tuning in from, and it is wild to see how much this podcast has grown in such a short time. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your listens. Thank you for your follows. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your reviews, and all of the love, you guys. We are building a community. We are building a beautiful community of like-minded souls all around the world. We've pretty much started a movement at this point, you guys, because people are listening. You guys are tuning in from everywhere. From all over the USA, the UK, France, Spain, Sweden, Norway, and Europe, all the way to Africa, to Indonesia, Australia, and New Zealand, you guys. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. We are all raising our vibration together, and we are shifting the frequency of the entire planet by doing so. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I love you all, and we are going to continue to grow and evolve together on this podcast. I also have two exciting announcements. The first, I have a moon calendar, a 2021 astrological moon calendar that's going to have all of the moon phases, all the important astrological dates. It's actually going to be a calendar that we can follow and check in on all the important dates. I've realized this year that I don't tune in to the regular calendars, like holidays, the dates, anything that's really super important on that calendar, I'm really not tuning into. I'm tuning in to the astrological holidays. I'm tuning into the Mercury retrogrades. I'm tuning into the new moons, the full moons, and what's happening in the sky. So I've decided I'm making a calendar this year. I'm gonna help everyone align with these astrological holidays, and it's going to be so beautiful. I've teamed up with one of my amazing friends. His name is Michael Garuli. You can find him on Instagram at empty-headed-boy, and his artwork is so amazing. This is going to be the most beautiful, vibey calendar you have ever seen, and I'm so excited. It's coming out in just a couple weeks, you guys. I will announce on the podcast when exactly it's coming out, but just be excited. It's coming in a couple weeks. My last announcement before we get started is I have a moon course coming out, you guys. Manifest with the Moon is going to be an amazing 4-week moon manifesting course to help you manifest a specific goal or dream. It's going to flow through a 1 full moon cycle, helping you manifest the goal every step of the way. This course is going to include your crystals, rituals, meditations, playlists, and everything. You're going to also be part of a very private moon manifestation group where we're going to be inspiring and motivating each other to help make this magic happen in our lives. I am so excited for both of these things to come out, and I'm just so thankful for all of the love and the support that you guys are showing from all over the world. Let's keep building a brighter future. Let's keep building brighter lives. Let's keep raising the vibration of the entire planet and evolving and growing along the way. With all that exciting news, let's get right into today's episode. Intuition, the higher self, and all of the signs that the universe are sending to you. The universe is always working with us. Law of attraction, The universe and your intuition is constantly working and can never be turned off. If you're thinking, oh, I've never felt my intuition, or oh, my intuition is really weak, this episode is for you. I'm going to teach you exactly how to lift it, awaken it, connect with it, and listen to it. And the truth is, if you are a human being with a beating heart on this earth, that you have an intuition. You are connected to your intuition. We are all born with intuition, but not all of us were taught how to navigate it or how to use it. I surely wasn't taught how to use it. I didn't grow up in a spiritual household. I wasn't raised learning, listening to what my body said and felt. I totally had to learn all of this on my own. But we all have this superpower. I consider intuition a superpower, and we all have the superpower inside of us. We just have to reawaken it, tap into the energy, and then trust and listen to the signs to completely shift and transform your life. Listening to your intuition can help you find love, help you make more money, help you figure out what your purpose is. It can help you take your dreams from dream to reality and completely change your life if you feel lost or unmotivated. Your intuition gives you hints on when to leave, when to stay, what's meant for you, and what is not meant for you. Listening to your intuition helps you avoid unhealthy relationships, bad situations, and it can save you a lot of time and hardship in your life. So let's talk about what exactly it is. What is your intuition and what is your higher self? Well, your intuition and your higher self are essentially one in the same. And like I said, this energy can never be turned off. The universal energy, the law of attraction, manifestation, your spirit guides, and the help from the universe are always turned on. And your intuition is really here to help you, to guide you, and to lead you every step of the way. You can consider your intuition like your inner guidance system or your inner teacher, and it communicates with us through subtle feelings, through vibrations, and through the vibes and the feels. We feel our intuition mostly through gut feelings. It's that feeling in your gut when you know something is instinctively right or wrong. It's when you know you have that hunch or that recurring thought, or you have that feeling where you knew something was wrong, or you had that feeling, or you knew you shouldn't have gone. This is all your intuition, honey, and it's time to start listening to her because she is your best self. Your intuition is your inner compass, and it can guide you to all of the best paths meant for you. It can help you live the most aligned life. Your intuition is like your best friend, rooting you on, who wants the absolute best for you all the time. It's like someone that has your back more than any friend has ever had your back. And it literally tells you, yes, this is for you, or no, this is not for you. It either literally roots you on and is like, yes, girl, go get this. Or it's like, no, honey, slow down, let's not go there. It can literally guide you to the best case scenario in every step of the way. It is divine guidance working with you on the physical level to help make every manifestation that you want possible and help you live a more aligned, a more easy, a more fun, a more free life. Your intuition is always working for you and always connected to you and always connected to your higher self, your wise self, your wisest mind. Intuition comes into play when we have to make decisions and decide what's next or what's right for us. We usually let our minds take the driver's seat of our lives and make the decisions for us, and we think logically, we think hard about the situation, and we actually limit ourselves with our own mind, with our own shitty beliefs, with our own fears, with our own worries, and our own doubts. You can take back your power and make the best decisions on your path by letting your intuition take the driver's seat instead of your mind. All we have to do is tap into this energy and then listen to the energy to have a complete shift, a vibration raise, and to live this more aligned life. Intuition is connected to your soul, which is connected to your heart, and it knows what is best for you. Intuition carries wisdom from your past lives and everything that your soul has learned before this life, in every lifetime you've ever lived, and even has wisdom from your ancestors, from this life and past lives. Your soul, your higher self, your intuition is so wise. She knows everything that is right for you. And there is so much knowledge in your guidance system. It is smart, it is educated, and if you trust it, it will never steer you wrong. Your intuition will guide you to joy, will guide you to love, will guide you to abundance, and it will do it all in the easiest way possible. No struggle, no suffering, pure flow of abundance and help from the divine when you decide you're going to channel and listen to your inner voice. It is critical, you guys, for you to listen to this voice. It is critical for you to trust this voice when you do decide to tune in, because this voice will give you signs. This voice will give you feelings, and this voice will help guide you to your best life. Let's quickly not get confused between the ego and the intuition. The ego, for this example, the ego is your mind and the intuition is your heart. The ego is more of a fear-based decision-making, whereas the intuition is more of a love-based decision-making. The ego is the voice in the head that will say, no, you don't want that. Oh, you're not going to get that. Or it will really try to force, and push. And it will be almost like a more anxiety type of voice. The intuition is very calm, very peaceful, and very loving. The ego is almost like the devil on your shoulder, where the intuition is the angel on your shoulder guiding you for the highest good. You want to listen to the angel. You want to listen to the calm, peaceful feelings and vibes you get. And you want to listen to the intuition instead of the ego. Your intuition never stops. It never turns off. It is constantly there for you. It is constantly ready to work with you and co-create with you. But it is when you start listening and tuning in is when all the change happens. A couple benefits of following your intuition and listening to your heart instead of your mind. When you unleash your intuition and you fully accept your inner guidance system and go with what it says, the fear in your life will completely go away. The stress in your life will also go away. You will not be fearful of if something is or isn't for you. You will not be fearful and questioning if you're on the right path. And you will not be stressed and angry and frustrated all the time. You'll actually start feeling better. Your body will start feeling better by having less stress, less fear, less worry, and you're gonna feel more comfortable in your own skin. When you start unleashing your intuition, your creativity also expands, you guys. If you're feeling like you're mentally blocked or you have a mental fog or you're just not really clear or motivated, start listening to that voice inside. That is the angel, the guiding voice, because when you're not fearful and second guessing yourself all the time, you completely open your intuition and your creativity. You're open to new ideas. Downloads from your higher self will pop in. New solutions will come to you. New perspectives will come to you. You start tapping into your power and figuring out new ways to move forward and better ways to live. You also become more magnetic to your goals and to your desires. When you start channeling and tuning into your intuition, you raise your vibration and you become more attracted to what you actually want. And what you want starts flowing to you even easier. Now that you know what your intuition is, I want to teach you how to turn it on, how to channel it, and what you should be looking and listening for. So first of all, you need to be open to your intuition. You need to be open to this process. You need to be open to what she has to say, the feelings that you're going to receive. How open can you be to the feel? How open are you to being moved into new avenues, new paths, and new ways? How open are you to change? First, recognize that you need to be open to your intuition. Then you need to expect that it knows a lot, okay? It knows a lot. It knows what's right for you. It knows what's true for you. And you have to be able to trust it. You can ask your intuition absolutely anything. You can channel your higher self and ask your inner guidance system any question that you feel. Is this the right job for you? Is this the right apartment for you? Should you move into this house? Is this the right car? Is this the right man for me? Is this the right job for me? Should I invest in this? Is this investment going to make me a lot of money? You can literally ask your intuition anything, you guys. So the first step is to be open to it. The second step is to get clear on what you want to ask and channel your higher self. You can even give your higher self a name if you want. You can call it your soul self, your higher self, your God self. You can give your higher self a name to even make this more fun for you. But you're going to want to get clear on what you're going to ask your higher self. And then you want to actually calm yourself. You want to calm the mind with some deep breathing. Okay, deep breaths are going to help you clear any negative energy, are going to help you calm the mind and just center yourself in this moment so that you can really connect with your higher self. So take as many deep breaths as you need to. You can do the 4-7-8 breath if you want, which is a breath to calm anxiety and to soothe the mind and to really relax you. You can do as many deep breaths as you need to. Once you feel centered, once you feel open, once you know the question you want to ask your intuition, and then you do some deep breaths to feel centered, it's then time to ask. Is this the person for me? Is this the job for me? Should I move into this apartment? Should I go to this event tonight? Ask the question, and then you're going to want to be very, very, very silent and listen for the signs, okay? It's going to come as gut feelings. It's going to come as aha moments. It's going to come as an You're going to listen to feel that it's true. You're going to listen to feel that it's right for you. It can come as subtle vibrations, a flutter in the heart space. My intuition usually speaks to me through the heart space, but your intuition might speak to you through the gut, where you get just that flutter in your gut, almost like a butterfly feeling where you know, or you get a tingle in your hands, you get a tingle in your third eye, or you just get chills actually from head to toe. Your intuition is going to speak to you differently than my intuition will speak to me, but it will speak to you in a vibe, in a feeling. It will either come as a quick vibration, a tingle, or a feeling in the heart or the gut or the entire body, or it will come as a feeling of I know, an this is for me, I know this. It might take a couple seconds. Be patient, be silent, continue to ask until you feel the feeling and feel the answer. You're going to feel the answer. The answer will either be a clear yes or a clear no. Good feelings are associated with yes, this is for me. Bad feelings are associated with no, this is not for me. Listening to your intuition is completely a vibe, and it is not something to think about. Go with that first feeling that you get. Go with the first gut feelings and have the courage to trust them, you guys. Those feelings in your chest, those feelings in your head, a sweat in your palms. Trust those feelings and listen and notice your body language. Do you feel shaky, anxious, or nervous? Or do you feel really good or really calm and really peaceful? If you're starting to feel really anxious, really nervous about it, no. The answer is no, it's not for you. If you feel very, very calm after asking your intuition this question, if you feel very peaceful, then you know that this is meant for you. This is meant for your soul. And your ego may start to chatter when you start channeling your intuition because it wants to protect you. It lives in a fear-based state of mind. And if your ego starts chattering, tell it literally to go away. Say, ego, thank you for protecting me, but I am going with my gut feeling. I'm going with my heart, and I'm going with what I know is aligned with my soul. You can tell it, thank you, but please be quiet for now and go with that feeling, you guys. Whatever it is that you've asked, your intuition will give you a clear feeling, a clear vibe on if the situation is right or wrong for you. You are constantly co-creating with your higher self, with your soul, in this lifetime. And you are also co-creating with the universe, with your spirit guides. So if you want this to go further, you can ask your spirit guides to give you a sign. You can ask your higher self to give you a sign. If you know the feeling was there, the vibe was right, but you want a little more clarification, you just want that extra that you know you got this, you can ask your higher self to give you a sign. You can also ask your spirit guides to give you a sign. I actually have an entire podcast episode, a couple episodes back, on how you can connect directly with your spirit guides and read and listen to their signs. If you want to go deeper, tune into that episode. But you can ask your guides for signs, and you can ask your higher self for signs. And aside from the feeling, the vibe that you got, the shaky hands or the vibe in your heart or the gut feeling, you can go even further by asking for a sign. And the last part of this podcast episode, now that you know what your intuition is, and you know the benefits of channeling it, and you know now how to channel and ask it questions, and you even know what it's going to feel like when your intuition is speaking with you, I want to explain the signs that the universe and your higher self will send you if something is or is not for you, okay? So if you're not getting a clear enough message from your intuition, you can follow these signs to say, yes, this is right for me, or no, this is not for me. First, you must slow down, you guys. We are so busy with our lives. We're so busy all the time, moving, going. Most times we don't even notice the signs that the universe is sending us. As I said, we are constantly co-creating with the universe. The law of attraction, manifestation, and the abundance of divine energy, your intuition is never turned off. All you have to do is slow down and tune in order to receive these messages. So sometimes you're going to get a sign that you're on the right path. And sometimes you're going to get a warning sign that maybe it's time to not go down that path. Maybe it's time to change directions. So the first sign that your intuition, your higher self, and your spirit guides in the universe is going to give you, if something is not for you, are negative emotions. And this can be negative emotions inside of you or negative emotions in the people that you might be doing this certain project or activity with. Okay? If there's a lot of anger, frustration, crankiness, These are negative emotions that are guiding you, that are telling you you're going into a vibration or a situation that is not meant for you. It's time to clear that path and go a different route. So if you are thinking, is this the right job for me? And you go to the interview and the boss is the paycheck looks really good, but the boss is just really cranky. And you just don't have a good feeling about the whole thing, there's your sign right there. It doesn't have to go much farther. Okay, so negative emotion, huge sign. If you ask the universe a question, or you're going out and trying something new, or you're just doing even your regular day-to-day activities, and there's constant negative emotion, there's constant frustration, there's constant negativity surrounding that activity or job or place or thing or person, that is a clear sign that it is not for you, because your soul knows what's right for you, and what is right for you feels good. What's right for you will always be flooded with positive emotion. What's right for you will always be flooded with ease and grace. What's meant for you will not be stressful or hard. What's meant for you will feel like it flows. So listen to the emotion and the feeling that the emotion and all the emotion is giving you. Is it a negative feeling? It's not for me. Is it a positive feeling? This is for me. And also the people around you in these situations. Okay, the second sign that the universe is going to send, your higher self is going to send when something isn't for you, are small or big accidents. So say you are going out on a date, you're going to meet this new boo for the very first time, and you're super excited. You think this is the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams. You are going to marry this person. You're so happy and you're getting ready, and all of a sudden you fall in the shower. You fall getting out of the shower. And you hurt yourself. Something prevented you from being able to go to this event, to meet this person, okay? This is a sign. Or you're about to go out on to the job and you spill coffee all over yourself, down your shirt. Small accidents or big accidents that get in the way of you doing this activity or getting to that goal or destination, those are also signs, you guys. Take the sign as, this is not meant for me. Take the sign as, I'm not meant to go here or be here. And don't fight the universe. The universe is very powerful. You want to trust its flow, and you don't want to go against its flow. Your life is going to get a lot easier if you start following these signs. So if you have any type of small or big accident, like you literally get in a car accident on the way to this event, or your computer crashes on the way to the presentation, these are all signs that this was not meant for you. Let's change the path, let's change the direction, and let's go a different way. And the last sign that this is not for you is receiving bad news. So you're so excited about renting this new apartment, but the month before you're moving into the apartment, you get an email from your landlord that something has happened in the place and you can't move in just yet. And then maybe you get another email from the landlord that something else has now happened and you just can't move in just yet. The bad news is a sign that this was not meant for you, and it is best for you to choose a different path. You can receive bad news in so many different ways about so many different situations, but it is definitely a big sign from the universe and from your higher self that this certain idea, person, place, or thing was not aligned with you and your path. So the first sign is going to be negative emotions. Look out for those negative emotions. If you are feeling any type of frustration, stress, or anger, or the people around you in the situation are, let that go. Come back to it. Go a different path for now. You are stepping into a vibration that's not meant for you. The second is small or big accidents or obstructions that are getting in your way. They're preventing you from getting this done, and they're making it very hard for you. Or 3, you're receiving bad news. Someone cancels on you, an abrupt situation happens, something negative has put itself on your manifestation, showing you that this is not meant for you. My piece of advice to you would be definitely to trust the signs, you guys. If you have a bad feeling, if you have a bad hunch, if you've received bad news, if any of these signs come up in your situation, trust them. They are steering you from a bad situation. They are steering you away from a bad person, a bad relationship, a bad job, a bad scenario. You can save yourself a lot of time and a lot of hardship if you just follow the signs. I'll share with you quickly 2 examples of when I didn't follow the signs and I was led to really bad situations in my life. The first was 2 years ago. I was supposed to go out to celebrate a friend's birthday, and I was receiving all the signs all day long. It was an event out at a nightclub. I really wasn't into that vibe or that lifestyle anymore. It really wasn't even aligned with who I was, but this person was such a good friend. I really wanted to be there for them, right? You really sometimes are like, oh, I just want to be that good person. I just want to be that friend and be there. So I received bad news that day regarding the plans. The time had changed, the location had changed, some of the people weren't able to make it anymore. Then it was snowing that day, which is like a huge thing for me. I absolutely hate driving in the snow. I hate being out in the snow. And I just had really bad anxiety and feelings about going out, going down in the snow. I live up in the mountains, so this was me driving an hour into the town in the snow just to be at this event. And then I just had really bad feelings all day. This is not, like, I wish I didn't have to go, but I'm going to go anyways because I am that good of a friend. I'm gonna go. So I did. I went. I drove down to town. I went out and I was there for my friend. And on my way back, you guys, I should have listened to the signs, because on my way home, I got into the worst car accident I have ever been in my life. Thank gosh, I did not die. Thank you, Source. I'm still supposed to be here, but it was a very bad collision with 4 different cars. And thankfully, everyone was okay, but it was traumatic. It was a horrible experience. It was not something anybody wanted or needed to go through. So that was a huge one for me. I really, 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 really try to listen to the signs, really just feeling out the vibe. Am I supposed to go? Is this meant for me? It will feel good if you're meant to go. It will feel bad if you are supposed to not be there. And another time was just recently when I went down to Mexico. I wanted to be there to sign the paperwork to close on my property. The second time that I should have listened, when I put myself in a really bad situation that I didn't need to be in, but I didn't listen to the signs, was just recently back in July when I went to go to Mexico, and I really wanted to be there for the close on my property. I wanted to sign the paperwork, be there, and just see it and just live in that moment of happiness and success. So I buy a plane ticket. One of my dogs wasn't doing so well, but I was like, you know what? She's gonna be okay. It's just a couple days. It'll be fine, and she'll be great. And so I decided to go anyways. It was just gonna be a 3-day trip. And I get to the airport, and I start having a really weird feeling when I'm at the airport. And it's kind of odd because signs, they don't always have to match up with what you are doing. So in this example, I got some really weird signs that didn't really make sense, but I should have listened to them anyways. So I get to the airport and I start having a weird feeling, and I go to check in my bag, and the lady at the airport asked me a really odd question that I never get asked, but she said, is there an e-cigarette in your bag? And I'm like, no, there's no e-cigarette in my bag. And she's like, okay, because you can't fly if there's an e-cigarette in your bag. And I'm like, there's no e-cigarette in my bag. There was no e-cigarette in my bag. And I thought that was very weird. So that was the first sign that I should have listened to, but didn't. And then I got to security, and the same thing. The guy at security asked me, is there an e-cigarette in your bag? And again, I thought it was a little bit weird. I'm like, no, there's no e-cigarette in my bag. Maybe it's like this new thing that, it's a big deal that people are carrying e-cigarettes everywhere. So I came to kind of a realization that maybe a lot of people are getting caught and they're just asking everyone now. That was my realization. So he asked me, I say no, and I go through security, and I'm like, man, that was weird again. So 2 times now, I have a weird feeling, then I get asked 2 times about this e-cigarette, which is so weird to me. So then I'm sitting at the airport about to board my flight, and they say my name on the intercom. And I'm like, what is happening? So I go up to the intercom, and they're like, oh, we just need to see your passport just one more time. There was something that happened when you were checking in. And I'm like, okay. So I give them my passport, and they check my passport. Everything's fine. And they're like, okay, great. Thank you so much. We'll be boarding in like 30 minutes. So I go back to my seat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm really having this moment. I'm like feeling my intuition. My higher self is speaking directly to me. The universe is giving me all these signs, okay? But I decided not to listen because the signs weren't making sense. I thought, well, if I'm not supposed to go because my dog, I would see a dog in the airport being sick, or I would have some type of, text message, from home saying I need to come back. But I just thought, since it was about an e-cigarette and then my passport, I just thought, oh, it's okay. It doesn't really line up. It's weird, but I'm going to go anyways. And that right there is a big mistake, okay? So the universe can send us signs in all different ways, and they don't have to make sense, okay? So note that the signs don't always have to make sense. But I decide to go anyways. So I get on the plane and I get to Mexico, and everything is great and everything is amazing. The beach is wonderful, and I get there for the sunset, and it's so good. And the next morning, I get a message from home. And the next morning I had, an activity planned, and I had some things I was so excited to do in Mexico. And then the following day I was going to sign on the property, and the next day I was coming home. But I get a message that next morning, the first day of Mexico, that my dog literally stopped eating, and she would not eat anything since I had left. And, they didn't want me to be upset, so they didn't message me that night, but decided to wait till the next morning to let me know that it actually was getting really bad, and that I probably needed to come back. So I literally at the moment I got that text message, I packed my things, I got in a cab, I went straight to the airport, and I flew straight home. It was less than 24 hours in Mexico. It was really expensive, and it was a complete waste of time and money when I should have just stayed home and been there for my dog. I shouldn't have gone. I was given so many signs, you guys. So my advice to you is to listen to the signs. Even if the signs don't make sense, they are protecting you. Your higher self knows what's best for you. Your higher self wants you to succeed and wants you to be on the most aligned, the most easy, the most abundant, and the best path that is meant for you. So it doesn't matter if you're asking your intuition huge questions or you're just asking for a little bit of guidance on your every day-to-day. You can channel your intuition. You can listen to the signs. You can trust in the feelings, and you can navigate through this life much, much easier than you ever have. I ask my intuition for big decisions about my life, my business. I channel my intuition for wisdom for this podcast. And I constantly am asking the universe, my higher self, and my spirit guides for guidance and signs, because we are not alone in this existence, and we have help that is always there. It is always there to guide us, to tap us into our best frequency. We just have to tune in and listen. So I really, really hope you all have learned something valuable in this episode. I hope you know exactly what your intuition is, how you can channel it, and listen to the signs, whether they're good or they're bad. Listen to the signs and know whether things are right or wrong for you. Please send me a DM, send me an email, let me know how intuition is working for you. And if you have a fun story like I have where you should have listened to your intuition, but you didn't, I would love to hear it. Feel free to email me or DM me on social media at fullmoon.radio. I will be back next Wednesday, November 18th, getting you all prepared for the November full moon and lunar eclipse we have coming up at the end of the month on November 29th and 30th. And also, heads up, Spotify has changed the game, and the moon episodes are now going to have your update, the crystal, the affirmation, and the music is now going to be included at the end of the podcast. So the moon episodes will now have music right in them here on Spotify. Thank you, Spotify, for changing your rules. Thank you to all the artists and music creators out there for allowing us to stream and play your music in all of our creative ways. Thank you. We are so happy because now, yay, music is going to be right in our episodes. So moving forward, after the moon update, it will roll right into your high vibrational music mix to align you with that moon right there in the Spotify episode. I'm so excited. I hope you all keep moving forward towards your new moon intentions and let your intuition guide you to what you want in the easiest way possible. I cannot wait to see you guys next week. I cannot wait to talk about the full moon and the lunar eclipse coming up. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show if you are loving it. Your engagement is major for this channel, and your ratings, your reviews, and even hitting that subscribe button helps this podcast get shared with more people who need it around the world. So thank you guys so much. I hope you all have an amazing week. I will see you next Wednesday. Stay in tune, and I will see you soon.